We'll also be honoring today the men and women of science, of innovation, and education. I'd like to call on to the floor Dr. Pascal Kossuth of Agropolis Foundation and Subramaniam Ramasani, President of Olam's Global Health Plantation, to talk to us a little bit about the Agropolis Fondation Louis Malassis International Scientific Prize for Agriculture and Food and the Olam Prize for Innovation and Food Security. Let's give them a big round of applause. Hi, Pascal. Supra. Thank you, please. Well, just quick question. Why create an award? Pascal.
So you will have 2 points of view, public research and private sector.
That's right, yeah.
From the side of the public research sector, Agropolis Foundation is a French foundation whose main mission is to support scientific research and higher education in the very broad domain of sustainable agriculture and food, which means that we support a very broad community from molecular biology to crop protection to agroecological transition to food science and public policies. It's very large. What we try to do is to bring added value, connecting people from different disciplines. So having an award like the Louis Malassis Prize is not to select the best scientists, it's to give a tribute to the very large scientific community. That's mainly the purpose of the Louis Malassis Prize.
Thank you. Subramaniam, why Olam created a prize on innovation and food security?
Thank you. I think firstly I would like to thank Barilla Center for allowing us to host this ceremony. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Agropolis Foundation, our partners, in continuing to support the Olam Prize for Innovation in Food Security. I'd like to say that today global agriculture is facing significant challenges, and it will continue to face the challenges if nothing is done. The Olam Prize for Innovation in Food Security focuses on innovative scientific projects that reimagines agriculture so that it can be scalable and can have potential impacts, positive potential impacts on United Nations Sustainable Goal number 2. That's end hunger, improve nutrition, and also promote sustainable agriculture. In that context, Dr. Filippo Bassi, from the International Center of Agriculture Research in Dry Regions, and his team have successfully developed a wheat variety that is able to grow in the high temperature region of Senegal Basin and also potentially in other areas where temperatures are rising in wake of the climate change. Thank you.
Thank you. Just the two of you or any one of you can answer very quickly. I mean, why is it important to celebrate these scientific findings through, awards and prizes like this?
Good question. I mean, people can look at scientists as very privileged people because you are paid to think, and to learn, which is really a privilege. We have a collective responsibility, and having this kind of award at international level is one way to put in front of the scene the responsibility of the scientific community under all the broad spectrum in agriculture, taking into account its diversity from family agriculture to agrobusiness, from plant to cattle to food. So this is really celebrating our responsibility towards the society.
Thank you. Supra?
I'll just add one line. I think we are celebrating basically because these people have differentiated themselves by converting wastelands and making it more productive to feed the people who are going hunger every night. What we have seen in India, 194 million, and worldwide 700 million. So I think that's really a cause for celebration.
Thank you. Thank you very much for those very brief introductions. Before we announce the winners of the prize, we'll have a 2-minute video to present to you a little bit more and for you to know a little bit more about these two prizes. Can we see the video, please? And to announce the winner, I'd like to call on the chairman of the jury of the Agropolis Foundation Louis Malassis International Scientific Prize and Olam Prize for Innovation and Food Security, Dr. Guido Grissels. Guido, you can sit down. As you wish. You could
Okay.
sit down. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Oliver. We now move to the prize for outstanding career in agricultural development. And here, I'd like to welcome Professor Bina Agarwal, who is a truly outstanding scientist, internationally acclaimed for her work on agriculture, property rights and the environment. In the last 35 years, she has researched several interrelated topics: agricultural modernization and food security, land rights and livelihoods, poverty and equality, and environmental change. She is keenly interested in interdisciplinarity and inter-country analysis. Her research, conducted within a political economy and a strong gender perspective, is both theoretical and empirical in scope. She is continuing her work on inequalities in land and property by tapping new macro data on further insights and by collaborating with civil society to help implement the gender equal inheritance law, which she had worked to get amended in her country, India. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 recipient of the Agropolis Foundation, Louis Malassis' outstanding career in agricultural development is Dr. Bina Agarwal. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's really an honor to receive this award, and I warmly thank the Agropolis Foundation for finding my work worthy of it. I would like to also thank the two major institutions I'm linked with, the University of Manchester Global Development Institute, but also the Institute of Economic Growth at Delhi, where I've spent a large part of my career and where much of the work that has been awarded or recognized has been written and researched. So in my 1 minute, Oliver had said, share one major idea. So what is this major idea? I think the most important idea is that the future face of the farmer will increasingly be female. Already we find that something like 45 to 55% of the agricultural labor force in sub-Saharan Africa and Asia is female. If you look at the labor that is used for food production, for preparation, and for preservation, an estimated 60 to 70% of that is provided by women in large parts of sub-Saharan Africa, China, and India. So if you're talking about food security, whether at the household level or at the national level, I think this is something that we really need to keep in mind and strongly. So if we are scientists, then we need to ask, are the heat-resistant varieties we are developing, are they going to reach the women farmers? If we're agricultural engineers, perhaps we need to ask, is the technology we devise and invent, is it adapted to the use of women farmers so that they can work efficiently with it? If we are bankers, we need to ask, does agricultural credit reach women farmers? One of the young scientists talked about crop insurance. How much of that reaches the smallholders and women? If we are government officials, we need to ask, is the land that is transferred to farmers, how much of the titling goes to women rather than business as usual going to the male head of household? And of course, finally, if we are social scientists, then we need to ask, to what extent are we making visible the toiling women who are actually doing the back-breaking work? And to make them visible both in statistics, in our analysis, and in our policy. So I think the answer to these questions on this will rest the future of agriculture. So I want to end by, several years ago, a group of young women devised this slogan, "No girl left behind." And perhaps we need a new slogan to say, "No woman farmer left behind." So would you say with me, "No woman farmer left behind"?
No woman farmer
left behind. Thank you. And I want to just end by, thinking about my parents who are no more, because their support was absolutely critical in my actually standing here in front of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When we talk about farming, food and agriculture, we tend to hear a lot about issues and problems. We hardly hear about innovative solutions, of beacons of hope. Hopefully, these outstanding men and women of science, of education, of innovation, gives us more reasons to look into the future with hope. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Good evening and enjoy the evening. Thank you. Thank you. And can we ask all the winners to join us for a group picture? Thank you very much.